as well to reverse the channel.
And we've actually done experimentation through the Mind Science Foundation doing that. Vasilev did a lot from Russia, did a lot of the early studies on, I won't call it remote viewing because that's just implying looking, but remote influencing, where we duplicated his experiments, or one of the researchers did in Mind Science Foundation, by taking just everyday people off the street, putting them in anechoic chambers, a shielded chamber that no other extraneous frequencies can get into, and put two volunteers in chambers, a kilometer apart, and then have one of the people project their thought to change the galvanic skin response, to change the way the skin carries a very, very slight electric current, and to change skin temperature response. And what was found is that we could exactly duplicate Vasilev's experiments, where even people without innate ability, picked off the street, can direct their thought and change the galvanic skin response and change the temperature response in another subject's skin at a distance using just ELF wave. And it's ELF wave when it's going anechoic chamber to anechoic chamber, because that's the only frequency that isn't blocked is ELF.
Okay, but I'm wondering, is this, when you call it an ELF wave, is this the same thing as signal non-locality?
I've never heard that term, but would be that ELF stands for extremely low frequency.
Huh. Because, this gets into sort of another sort of esoteric area, but our whistleblower, Dr. Pete Peterson, did a lot of work in the area of what he called the information field. And this is a very advanced area of research that has to do with, from what I understand, signal non-locality, and has to do with a field that is actually all around us, and that they are beginning to realize that we can affect things, in other words, basically anywhere, and not have to be in the physical proximity, but that it actually goes beyond sort of what you're talking about, from what I understand. In other words, it doesn't have to do with sending a wave. It has to do with something that's even more instantaneous than that. And believe me, I don't quite understand the physics behind it. I just kind of get the concept. Are you familiar at all with, have you heard of anything like this?
Sure. That's actually one of the bases of quantum physics. And actually, I think what you're alluding to is actually called the Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen theorem. And that's that no two unrelated events by space can occur simultaneously, meaning that that something you do in one place actually affects something across the earth in another place. And that's one of the fundamentals of quantum physics.
Okay, very good. Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. John Hall.
Sure.
We're out of time here, and I have no limits here, so I'm not able to push the envelope. I'd love to have you back on in a future date, and I really appreciate you coming on today.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Karen.
Okay, take care.